So we're on my show. It's called Truth of Mark Naughton, and the whole point of the show is your thoughts, not mine. Okay, it's very unique. No one's doing it. Instead of the media telling you what to think, you tell us what to think.
Well, I'm Larry LoChiavo. I live in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. This is our third meetup with Mr. Biden in, a week? Yeah, he was up in Scranton at his hometown, and we had his supporters outnumbered 10-1.
It was so hard for us to find intel on where people are going to be and when he's going to be here, and it all seemed to be released last minute. Did you experience any of that?
We experience it with him all the time. It's funny because when we go to a Trump rally, everything's out in the open, and you can easily get in, find, do whatever. And when it comes to a Biden rally, like when we were up in Tahanic, or Tahanic, or the one we had like over 2,500 supporters there. They ended up bringing him in the back route to the school.
Well, what do you say to? They say, "Oh, look, this is the president. We got to keep him safe. We got to keep him secure." How do you respond to that?
Since when have you ever seen a Trump supporter act like BLM or Antifa? We don't.
I mean,
all right.
What about the people that say January 6th is, Trump supporters? They say they're dangerous.
Now explain the Trump supporters that were begging the Capitol Police to stop that small handful that were breaking windows and doors, and the Capitol Police sat there and did nothing. Explain the Capitol Police opening up the security gates, waving them in, walking them through the building, and even told Chibakwa, the guy with the horns, that he couldn't be up on the podium. He came down and then walked with Capitol Police out the building talking all the way. All right, so they were escorted friendly-wise, not, you can't, and then they barge in. No, they were escorted. They were welcomed into the building. That's not an insurrection. And by the way, you seen what a couple thousand people did to, 38 cities? All right,
That's
just a couple thousand, all right? There was almost 80,000 people at the Capitol building. If that was an insurrection, you seen what happened in those cities, Portland and the rest of them? There wouldn't be a building there today, or it would still be under siege because there's no way they would have anybody to take over 80,000 people.
That's a real good logic question there, right? Like if it was so crazy and disruptive, they just walked off. Am I right?
Exactly. And the other thing is that lady veteran.
Yeah, Ashley Babbitt.
Yes, I'm not good with names. She was unarmed, walking through a broken door that she didn't break, and then she was shot and killed. All right? Then they say, well, what about the 6 people that were killed? Well, yeah, one was killed. 4 of them were what? Drug overdoses? That's not violent. That was their stupidity. Not yours, not mine, not anybody else's there.
Yeah, I think the Babbitt one is definitely tough because that was also well inside the Capitol. It wasn't even at the border, wasn't on the property. So that one was interesting. But again, it just, Babbitt or no Babbitt, it's just still the question that I struggle with is if you had dozens of thousands, maybe 100, I'm no expert in it, but you had at least dozens of thousands, they're there. If they overwhelm the police, if they overwhelm security, and then what happened? They just, poof, we're gone. So I just find that's with or without the Babbitt. I find it interesting.
An insurrection is a takeover, period. It wasn't taken over. It was a peaceful rally that, yes, there was some violence there. And nobody's been able to say they made a big deal about Chibakwa Man and the
is he still locked up, is my understanding?
Yes, he's in solitary confinement. And the woman and her son that were from Wisconsin, I believe, that are still locked up. They got videos of all of them peacefully walking through the building with an American flag, a Trump flag.
Even Netflix showed it.
Yes. And the thing is the people that they have on people's cell phones destroying the Capitol building with nobody trying to stop them, there's not one mention of an arrest for one of them.
Yeah, hey, Capitol aside, what do we think about Kamala Harris? Because if President Joe Biden,
don't get me started there.
Well, it's an important question because if she takes over after 2 years and a day, then that doesn't count as a term for her. If she takes over before 2 years and a day, then that is a full term for her.
Us here, I don't know about you guys, Biden hasn't done anything for the American citizens since he's been in. All right. It's all been for illegals, other countries, not us. All right. We went from energy independence to dependent. And look at our fuel prices now. All right. They're out
Very high.
They're out the roof. Our grocery prices are, I do the shopping for my home. All right. I know how far they're going up because I buy the same things week after week after week. And my grocery cart that I would pay normally $100, $110 is now costing me $140. All right. Now, getting back to President, I call him President F.J. Biden. Okay. When you see my post on Facebook, it's President F.J. Biden. All right?
Okay. All right.
I don't know what his real initials are in the middle, but I put those in there just to give him some honor and respect for his office. But they're talking about, oh, we want to impeach him. I said, you guys don't understand. We don't want to impeach him. He's a pussycat compared to Kamala Harris.
That's interesting. So you want to ride him out for?
We don't have a choice. I got to hope the guy don't croak. I want him to stay in. Because Kamala Harris, I mean, when Biden was in office for 47 years, he got nothing done except raise Social Security and tax twice, all right? That's his two major feats in office.
Is it fair to say, in a crazy way, you would even take Obama back?
At this point, no argument there, all right? But, I mean, all of this because they didn't like the orange guy in the mean tweet, all right? But when I ask, I have a lot of Democrat friends, all right? And I ask them, what did President Trump do to hurt you as an American citizen? Oh, he said, grab them by the... And I said, wait a minute. That's, since when does talk hurt? What did he do physically, economically, that hurt us?
Yeah, I was just in Las Vegas, and you can link below, okay? But I was just in Las Vegas, and we hit the Strip, and we asked people very simple questions, a little different than this environment. So we asked them just Trump or Biden. I didn't open it like I did with you. Trump or Biden. And there was incredible Trump support. And every time I challenged them, I say, well, come on. He said mean tweets. He's a racist. He's a sexist. I say all this stuff. And their response is, first of all, they don't believe it. Second is, even if it is true, they don't care because they were separating results from demeanor. So it sounds like that's where you're at, is you like the results, not the demeanor.
You know, a person, a lot of people would say I'm rude, crude, and in between, all right? But if push comes to shove and you needed help, I'd give you the shirt off my back. I don't care what color skin you are, all right? I've talked to a lot of people because I've been to a lot of Trump rallies. Secret Service lets me park right on the motorcade route. They leave a federal agent with me, all right? They said, you know, let's go back to what it was before. Trump didn't do anything to hurt the American people. Let's not get sidetracked. We're going down another rabbit hole, okay? The point is with the Democrat Party, not just Biden alone, the Democrat Party, they haven't done anything for the American people, all right? I asked my Democrat friends, what have they done that helped you? You in particular. Well, they're helping all those immigrants down at the border. I says, and what about the millions of potential immigrants that have been waiting for years legally to come to the United States to become an American citizen? My neighbor Benny, Dominican, took him, what do you say, year and a half to come here to America. Took him 3 years to become an American citizen.
Now he can just walk across.
And he said, like he says, it's a slap in the face to him because it cost him thousands of dollars and he didn't get anything. He didn't get a cell phone. He didn't get a place to live. He had to basically start from scratch. And these people are being let in by the droves, by the hundreds of thousands. I think it's what, close to 1 million now or over? And again, what about all the people that were trying to get here legally from all over the world and they basically got, can't swear, can I?
Yeah, everyone's America.
They basically got bitch slapped.
So I'll leave you with this then. You've been great. So 2024, if the trends keep going this direction, quick answer is, does Trump have a shot?
Oh, yes, because a lot of my Democrat friends that voted for Biden said if they would have ever known that he was going to do what he did when he got into office, they would have never voted him in. They would have definitely cast their vote for Trump.
If the election was in fact stolen, like it's claimed, if it was in fact stolen, then what's going to prevent that from happening again?
Hopefully people wake up. That's all you can do, you know. I'm not a violent person. I tell everybody, you know, don't go out there carrying a baseball bat or a gun or anything like that. You go out there, you show your patriotism, you let it be known what you stand for, and talk to people. When I get people that sit there and flip me off and say F you and you're blah, 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 I said, listen, let's talk about it. I never turn the opposition away. Talk about it. Let's hash out both sides like we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody that's with me, when I start seeing them flipping them back off and saying F you to them, I said, wait a minute. Either you guys tone it down and be nice to them and give them thumbs up for expressing their First Amendment right, which is their right to be on that other side of the fence, all right? I may not like it, you may not like it, he may not like it, but it's their right, as it is my right to be on this side.
Yeah, certainly. That's very, very American. It's very pro-America.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's 14 years in the making. I started it when my son enlisted in the Marines, all right? It's had 2 windshields shattered, tires slashed, been run off the road so many times I can't even count anymore. Just 2 weeks ago, Brandon? A guy rear-ended me, didn't do any damage to the flag rack there, but all the poles and the racks up top were destroyed. The whole thing went up and he cracked the frame of my truck in 2 places above the axle. Took me $500 worth of steel and 62 hours to put that truck back.
Certainly very dedicated, and you come all the way from Pennsylvania.
Hey,
so
the only thing I got to say is our veterans, our wounded veterans, our military that never came home, all right, that's nothing compared to what they gave, all right? And again, what are we doing? We're pushing them off to the side. Our homeless vets, 22 veterans a day commit suicide, and nothing's being done about it by our federal government, that those men and women serve to protect the rights that we have right now to talk, all right? And talking about homeless, Pelosi's area, Harris's area, their districts, look at them. They hold the record for homeless people on the streets. I've been through Washington, D.C. That surprised me how many homeless camps are around the D.C. area. D.C. proper. I'm not talking about the outskirts, the slums, the whatever that they never show you.
Where can we find you? Are you on Facebook, Instagram, or where can we find you?
I am mostly on Facebook.
Okay, what's the handle, or what's your name on Facebook?
It's America's Flag Truck on Facebook, and it's Larry Losciavo. I'm the only one on there. My 8th account. Okay. 3rd account for that one, because for some mysterious reason.
I'll ask you this last one then. I keep saying last one, but it just reminded me. What is it? Let's Go Brandon is being censored on Facebook. Is that just I struggle to connect those dots because
it's a polite way of saying F Joe Biden. It's for the people that don't want
censorship's incredible. This is America.
Yeah. And you know what's weird is that there was an F Joe Biden Facebook page with 182,000 members deleted like that. And I posted on it regularly. I read all the posts on it. And they never really had fake news on there that got fact-checked. All right, it was just people's commentary with some nonsensical memes just saying, you know, basically they don't approve of Biden. All right, none of them said we want to kill him. None of them said we want to ambush him or nothing like that. It was pretty much peaceful, but very vocal. Gone. And then I did a search, and you can find still every F Trump Facebook page that's been started, and you go in there, the ones that are still
it doesn't seem very
public,
fair.
Years ago, they got thousands of members, and the stuff that's on there is something like the one holding Trump's head up in the blood, that kind of stuff.
Thanks so much, Larry. You've been great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck. Guys, that's it for this spot because you can't get in anywhere, and they're already making Team Trump move from here, state police. So we're going to take it to the next spot. Thanks. Have a good one. So, guys, thanks for watching that. we'd love to get you so much more and so many more people, but that's the unique thing about it, is there was so little information about it. It was so hard to find where the people were. And what we ended up with is just a few Trump supporters and some workers and some state police. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, we're on all the platforms.